Hello, my name is Joe Meller, and I'm glad you decided to watch this video. I'm a candidate for one of the at-large positions on the Carmel Clay School Board. There are 2 at-large positions on the board, and you will have 4 candidates to choose from. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I have lived in Carmel since 1992. I was born in Indianapolis and have lived my entire life in the state of Indiana. I've had 3 children go through the school system in Carmel. One of my children had learning disabilities, and so I became knowledgeable about special services available for learning disabled students in our school system, and I advocated for their continuous improvement. My children had very positive experiences going through the Carmel school system. I became very active as a parent volunteer and served on PTO boards both at the elementary and the middle school levels. All of this volunteerism eventually led to my running for and being elected to an at-large school board position on the Carmel Clay School Board from 2004 to 2008. I would have served longer and did run for a re-election in 2008, but unfortunately I was unsuccessful. I am seeking to return to that at-large seat, now being vacated by Andy Klein as he leaves office at the end of the calendar year. This year the election takes place in November. There are many who probably don't know that there even is a school board election going on, as they've always been in May in the past. This was a change made by the last state legislature. So one of the challenges for all the candidates is to get the word out that there is an election. I hope that after viewing this video and reviewing information on my website, you will get the word out about this important election and let it be known that you support my candidacy. So what does a trustee of a school corporation do? Trustee is the formal title given a member of the school board. Ultimately, a trustee is charged with the fiduciary responsibility of keeping the school system on a sound financial footing. The Board of Trustees has the sole authority of approving the budget put forth by the school administration. All policies that are system-wide are also subject to the approval of the Board of Trustees. Perhaps the most important responsibility of the board is to select the superintendent for the school corporation and communicate clear expectations to that superintendent based on strategic planning and goals established for the school corporation by the board. A trustee serves as your representative and as such has a responsibility to hear what you have to say and then make a decision believed to be in the best interest of all the students and staff of the school corporation. As you can imagine, this is often not easy. Controversies can arise as differences of opinion can occur on important topics. Most often the conflicts are related to how the school corporation spends its money. And certainly there never seems to be enough money. Someone has to make those important decisions that are fiduciary in nature, and that is the role of the Board of Trustees. As an elected board, the board has the authority to levy certain taxes. Those tax rates set by the board after public hearings show up each year on your property bill. So the board represents the financial interest of the whole community, not just the school community. That is why it is important to have members on the board who may no longer have children in the schools, but who represent the taxpayers of the entire community. The quality of our schools affects all of us. The value of the homes we own often reflects the perceived quality of the schools which serve those homes. So you see, whether you have children in the school corporation or not, you have a vested interest in its success. I am a former school board member. I am also a former educator, as I once taught secondary school many years ago for 5 years. As a trained teacher, I understand the challenges facing today's educators as expectations are higher than ever. I should also tell you that after I left the school board in 2008, I continued to serve on the Carmel Clay Parks Board as an appointee of the mayor until the end of 2011. I had been the school board representative on that board during my term on the school board. During my last 2 years on the Carmel Clay Parks Board, I served as its president. This was an important time for Carmel Clay Parks as we struggled with the launching of the Monon Center and attempted to meet the demands of a critical city council who carefully examined our financial situation frequently. I'm happy to report that during my time as president, the Monon Center finally achieved the 100% cost recovery that the city council had so pressed us to achieve. This was quite an achievement, as we were essentially a startup business in its first 5 years of operation. Nationally, we surpass virtually every park system in the country with this achievement. I gained further experience working with public finance and government regulations during my times on the Parks Board. The combination of my experience on the school board and the Parks Board makes me well prepared to serve again on the public board, that is the school board. While on that school board, I attended 4 National School Board Association conventions, 4 Indiana School Board Association conventions, and I helped the board at that time become an exemplary board as recognized by the Indiana State School Board Association. This recognition has not been achieved again since that time. I frequently attended training sessions sponsored by those organizations to learn all I could about the complex process involved in running a major school corporation. There is a steep learning curve for anyone who joins a board like the school board. Experience does matter, and my experience will enable me to have an immediate impact upon being elected to the school board. I was also involved as a board member in a number of major construction projects, including the building of 2 elementary buildings and 1 new middle school building. I was on the board when we added the freshman center to the high school. I also supported and voted for the construction of that much-needed girls' softball field renovation. Until that time, the girls didn't even have a place to change their clothes and often got ready in their cars before a game. Although our major building days are over in Carmel Clay Schools, renovations will continue to occur from time to time to keep our buildings up to date. Most importantly, I am running because I believe in giving back to a community that has given my family so much. When you are 63, as I am, you realize how much you have benefited from the work of those who went before you. And now you realize it's your turn to do things for the benefit of those who will follow you. My experiences on the boards I have been privileged to serve, combined with my experiences as an educator and currently as a hospital nurse case manager, make me uniquely qualified among the candidates to step into the role of school board member. I am committed to the continued success of Carmel Clay Schools. I am committed to the continued success of our community. I believe we need experience in our community boards and especially our school board. I believe experience does matter, and that's why I ask for your vote on November 6th. Thank you.